everyone. Thanks for joining me for a new video. I hope you are having a fantastic July so far. Here in Ohio, it's been really hot and pretty balmy. Today specifically is very humid. We've had a ton of rain, a lot more than last year, so the plants are really happy, but it's been hard to get out and do some gardening. And as you can see, we're standing outside right now. Got some beautiful bird song around me, and you can see my little greenhouse here in the background. I'm standing just beside my little kitchen garden that I mentioned in the first video, where I've got some perennial herbs. My dahlias are currently growing. Some are definitely doing better than others right now. I'll give you a look at them. So just to share with you from an update perspective how my garden's been doing. As I said, we've had a lot of rain recently, so the roses are quite happy with that. However, we have had the emergence of the Japanese beetles. They've come out at the start of July or so, and ever since then, they've been wreaking havoc, as per usual, on all of my roses and a bunch of other plants in my garden that thankfully doesn't really impact me that they like them. I've been researching methods to control them for the past couple of months, and I've looked into Japanese beetle trap method. However, it seems like in some instances those traps draw more beetles to your garden, so I didn't really want to leverage those. I try to be as organic as possible and non-toxic when gardening, so I wasn't really interested in using any heavy insecticides or pesticides to deter them. I recently discovered a video talking about using milky spore to get rid of them, and so I actually went and bought a big bag of that. I haven't applied it to the ground yet, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks I can. I think you're supposed to apply it just before a rain ideally so that it can soak down, and unfortunately I missed my opportunity yesterday as we were out at the market, and we had a really nice rain yesterday, so I didn't get to take advantage of that. As of right now, they are really liking, we have some wild growing grapevines on our property, and they're really loving that, and I'm honestly not sure whether it's better to keep the food that they like that's not a rose so that they maybe focus there and stay away from my roses, because I have noticed this year in not removing those plants that they've been kind of focused and concentrated there, which has consequently kind of led them away from my roses. But I've also read conflicting information that you should remove as many food sources as possible. So I'm not sure whether to keep them in or not, but I have noticed that in the past week or so they've really gotten interested in my roses, and so they're really starting to kind of skeletonize the leaves. As of right now, since I haven't applied the milky spore yet, I'm still kind of using the age-old just manual removal method. So I take a cup or bucket of some soapy water and just kind of manually plop them down into the bucket. It's not ideal, but it does kind of help to control their population a little bit. So that's the method I've had the most success with, but hoping for a more long-term and more sustainable solution with the milky spore. If you guys battle Japanese beetles in your garden as well, I'd love to know which methods work for you. Excitingly, on the topic of roses, I do have a new addition to my rose garden. I just picked up from my local nursery a David Austin Carding Mill rose, and she's like a really beautiful pinky peach color. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a brief update of kind of what's been going on in my garden recently and the struggles I'm dealing with the beetles. And I hope you enjoy what I get up to in this video. So here are some of my dahlias. As you can see, I've staked them as they're starting to get tall enough to require staking so that they don't fall victim to wind damage and break in half. I've had that happen too many times. Excuse all of the weeds right now. I really have to de-weed this bed. They've held up pretty well to slug damage. I haven't had any buds yet, as it's still a little bit early in the season here. Really hoping that they do well this year. They don't quite have as much space as I would like. Just kind of working with a small space and hoping to leverage the critter fence area for more dahlias in the future. I think I have about 16 to 17 planted right now, and hopefully the next time we check in here I'll have some buds. Today I'm going to take you guys along with me to collect some blooms for a little flower arrangement I'm going to make. I absolutely love this rose. It is going to be the star of the show for this arrangement. It is Hyde Hall by David Austin. As you saw in the previous clip, my dill has already gone to seed, so I'm harvesting the flowers, and I just think these are the most gorgeous citrusy starburst looking flowers. They kind of remind me of a firework. This is a pretty young hydrangea plant, so I'll only be harvesting a couple blooms. This calendula flower is the prettiest pop of orange. I just love the contrast of the orange with the pink rose. Harvesting just the tiniest amount of the Alchemilla mollis. I've also picked some wild geranium. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and begin to arrange all the flowers that I collected. I'm using this beautiful milk glass that I got from a local antique shop recently, and it's etched with a really beautiful floral design on it. I got really lucky while filming this footage. About halfway through here, you're going to see a friend join us. A deer just rolled right up to the edge of the fence and said hello for a little while. And I just want to add, this arrangement is going to be completely whimsical and freeform. I don't have any formal training when it comes to floristry. I've just kind of familiarized myself with internet videos, and I've done some Create Academy courses. If you're not familiar with Create Academy, definitely check them out. They have a lot of beautiful videos. But yeah, just having a bit of fun with this one. Excitingly, I've got some new additions to the back critter fenced in area. So we're going to plant some salvia, some geraniums, and foxglove. Please ignore the giant mosquito bites I've got all over my legs. These were really itchy and painful for quite a while afterwards. Better believe this inspired me to go get some bug spray.